Hi, my name is Mary. I'm a student at Olympic College, and I'm working on my bachelor's degree in organizational leadership. I'm making this video series to reach out to small business owners who may have found themselves a bit overwhelmed with tracking their expenses and revenue, especially come tax season. I want to show you all the benefits that you could have by going ahead and jumping in and using a software service like QuickBooks. So enjoy.
Welcome to step one of figuring out if QuickBooks is right for you and your small business. The first step would be to just test drive QuickBooks online. So they provide a great test drive for you. Just go ahead and Google test drive QuickBooks online, follow the link, and I, of course, already have it open. So this is the test drive company that it's going to provide for you. It's Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. I like this test drive because it shows both service-based transactions and also some merchandise transactions. So that's helpful depending on what kind of business that you have, whether it's either or both. When you first open up the sample company, what we're looking at is the dashboard and how you get to the dashboard. If you ever get lost, it's right over here, take you to home. But as we're first starting out, I want you to actually ignore all of this. This is very advanced and will make a lot of sense later down the road, but not when you're trying to figure out first thing if you can handle QuickBooks software. So the first place you're going to go is actually this tiny little icon up here on the right. This is your settings. Super unassuming little icon. This is actually where I want you to start. So go ahead and click it, and you're going to see your company, lists, tools, and your profile. So day one, the first thing I would have you do is go under your company, and I want you to check out account and settings. So this is under company here. This is where you can put in your logo, your company name. This is where you're going to put in your address, contact info, what kind of tax forms you're going to be using. Get all of this right when you first purchase QuickBooks. I would probably skip past usage, sales, expenses, time for now because those are going to be at least in your step two or step three process. And we're going to go ahead and go to advanced settings. So the first one is going to be accounting. Make sure that this matches up to how you are used to doing business. Maybe you have a different start of your fiscal year or you're a different first month of your income tax year. Great. Change it right here. And the first thing in accounting that I would want you to check with yourself with how you've been doing business is, have you been using accrual based accounting or cash based accounting? If you have been using cash based, like, you record your income as you receive a payment rather than when they had their appointment or their service, your information is not going to be ec- is not going to import exactly the way that you want to if you have been using cash based and it's set for accrual. And I would definitely talk to someone in accounting, bookkeeping, maybe your tax professional about why maybe you should change to accrual, but that is another topic. So here you can again check out your tax form. Make sure that lines up. Are you an LLC or are you a sole proprietorship? This is all very important information to have ready to go and correct. We're going to skip from chart of accounts because I would say you're going to look at that after you have imported your data. You can see here how you maybe would want to set up your automations. Like credits might not be something that you would do, but maybe you would want invoices billed if you have seen that they haven't been paid. You could edit that right here, and automatically apply bill payments is one that I definitely recommend to have on. But maybe you would want your invoices set out right away. Maybe you wouldn't. Go ahead and change that here. And down here under other preferences, silly things like having date format the way that you would like it or currency format, so important to being comfortable with how you are using this software. So once you've looked at all of these and you know how your basic accounts are going to be set up, let's go ahead and X out of that, but still go right back to that settings icon. I want you to go through here and look through lists, see how recurring transactions might be a benefit to you. Um, Go through the tools, importing data, of course. You want to make sure that this is going to be easy for you. You're like, oh, yeah, I could import my bank data, my customer list, my vendor list, my chart of accounts that I'm already using. If you aren't using any kind of database for this already, it's okay. It's going to be more difficult and more time consuming to get this set up, but you will be very, very happy once you've done that. Going back over to settings, just keep going through. Chart of accounts is a really fun one, especially for someone that might not have any kind of background in how accounting or bookkeeping actually works. Go through this. This is a great company to look at what is assets, fixed assets. Try and familiarize yourself with what yours would look like. What would your income accounts look like? What would your expense accounts look like? And really see if this is something that could be really helpful towards you. So I hope that this tutorial has given you a little bit easier way to get yourself familiarized with using software like QuickBooks. It can be really overwhelming at first, but being able to test drive and kind of look at how your business could benefit, how your life could benefit from having things a little bit more organized and automated, I definitely recommend QuickBooks and doing that little test drive. Figure out if you can actually work with it. As we go back to this dashboard, this is something that can be really overwhelming for a lot of people. But I promise if you take the first steps of getting yourself familiar, going to that little settings icon, it can really help to make yourself feel a lot more comfortable with what you might be getting into. Hope that helps. Look out for step 2 if you have completed step 1 and you're feeling confident and ready to go.